The tale of the strange disappearance of the Eilean Mòr Lighthouse Keepers is one of the most enduring mysteries of the 20th century, a haunting tale that has intrigued investigators, historians, and storytellers for over a century. It took place on Eilean Mòr, one of the Flannan Isles in the Outer Hebrides of Scotland. The isolated nature of the islands and the eerie circumstances surrounding the disappearance have inspired numerous theories and countless retellings, each attempting to unravel the truth behind the vanishing of three experienced lighthouse keepers in December 1900. Eilean Mòr, the largest of the Flannan Isles, is an inhospitable place. The group of 7 islands lies about 20 miles west of the Isle of Lewis in Scotland, a region known for its rugged terrain and treacherous weather. Eilean Mòr itself is uninhabited, apart from the occasional visiting sheep or seabird, and the lighthouse built there in 1899. The Flannan Isles lighthouse was crucial for guiding ships navigating the perilous waters of the North Atlantic, where powerful storms and dense fog often made the journey hazardous. The lighthouse, which stood 75 feet tall, was manned by 3 keepers, with a 4th on shore leave in rotation. The men responsible for its operation lived in almost complete isolation, far from the nearest settlement, relying on routine and each other to endure the long, dark nights of the Scottish winter. The story begins on December 26, 1900, when the lighthouse tender ship, the Hesperus, arrived at Eilean Mòr to bring relief to the keepers. The ship's crew immediately noticed something was amiss. There was no welcoming committee of lighthouse keepers to greet them, which was highly unusual. The supply boat's captain, James Harvey, sounded the ship's horn and sent up a distress flare to get the attention of the keepers, but there was no response. Growing concerned, the ship's second mate, Joseph Moore, was sent ashore to investigate. As he ascended the steep steps to the lighthouse, Moore felt an overwhelming sense of dread. Upon reaching the lighthouse, his worst fears were confirmed. The place was eerily silent, and there was no sign of the 3 men who should have been there. Inside the lighthouse, Moore found the door unlocked, and as he entered, he noted that 2 of the 3 oilskin coats the keepers would have worn in bad weather were missing, suggesting they had left in a hurry. The kitchen table was set, and an overturned chair indicated someone had left in haste. The clock had stopped, and the fire in the hearth was out, but the beds were neatly made. Most disturbingly, the lighthouse logbook provided no clues as to the men's whereabouts, ending abruptly on December 15th, more than a week before the Hesperus's arrival. The Northern Lighthouse Board, responsible for the operation of the lighthouse, immediately launched an investigation. Superintendent Robert Muirhead, who knew the keepers personally, led the inquiry. The 3 men, James Ducat, the principal keeper, Thomas Marshall, the second assistant, and Donald MacArthur, the occasional keeper filling in for a sick colleague, were all experienced and had no known issues with one another. They had weathered worse storms and harsher conditions before, which made their disappearance all the more perplexing. Muirhead's investigation revealed more unsettling details. The lighthouse logbook's final entries, presumably written by Marshall, described a severe storm that hit the island on December 12th. The entry for December 13th noted that the storm was still raging, with Ducat very quiet, and MacArthur, a seasoned mariner known for his toughness, crying. On December 14th, the logbook recorded that the storm had abated, but there was still no sign of the men. The final, cryptic entry on December 15th read, "Storm ended, sea calm, God is over all." The fact that the weather on December 12th, 15 was recorded as severe in the logbook stood in stark contrast to the meteorological reports from the mainland, which indicated that the weather had been relatively calm during that period. This discrepancy fueled speculation and added a layer of mystery to the case. The investigation also found that one of the landing ropes, which was normally kept in a crate 70 feet above the sea, was strewn across the rocks. This suggested that the men might have been attempting to secure the ropes during a storm. However, the fact that all 3 men were missing, leaving the lighthouse unattended, was against standard protocol, which required at least 1 keeper to remain inside the lighthouse at all times. The mystery of the lighthouse keeper's disappearance quickly captured the public's imagination, leading to a plethora of theories ranging from the plausible to the fantastical. Natural causes. The most widely accepted theory is that the men were swept away by a freak wave while attempting to secure the landing ropes during a storm. The Flannan Isles are known for their sudden and massive waves, which could have easily caught the men off guard. However, this does not fully explain why all 3 men left the safety of the lighthouse, especially when one was supposed to remain inside. Murder or madness. Another theory suggests that one of the men may have gone mad, possibly due to the isolation, and killed the other 2 before taking his own life, or that a violent altercation broke out among them. However, there was no evidence of foul play, and those who knew the men insisted they were of sound mind and got along well. Supernatural explanations. Given the eerie and isolated location, some have proposed supernatural causes for the disappearance. The Flannan Isles have long been associated with folklore and legends, including stories of little people or fairies. Some speculated that the keepers were taken by these mythical beings, or that they fell victim to a curse. The mention of God is overall in the logbook fueled such speculations. Alien abduction. In more recent times, some have suggested that the men were abducted by aliens, a theory popularized by the growth of UFO culture in the mid-20th century. While this theory has no basis in evidence, it remains a fixture in discussions of the case due to its sheer strangeness. Piracy or abduction. Another theory posits that the men were abducted by pirates or spies. However, this seems unlikely, as there were no signs of a struggle or any other evidence to suggest that the men were taken by force. The story of the Eilean Mòr Lighthouse Keepers has inspired numerous works of fiction, poetry, and film. The haunting nature of the tale, with its blend of isolation, mystery, and unexplained events, has made it a popular subject for storytellers. The mystery also inspired the 2018 film The Vanishing, starring Gerard Butler, which offers a fictionalized account of what might have happened to the men. Over a century has passed since the Eilean Mòr Lighthouse Keepers vanished without a trace, yet the mystery remains unsolved. Despite numerous investigations and endless speculation, no definitive explanation has been found. The Flannan Isles continue to stand as a silent witness to the events of December 1900, their windswept shores holding secrets that may never be uncovered. The tale of the Eilean Mòr Lighthouse Keepers is a powerful reminder of the dangers and uncertainties faced by those who worked in isolated and perilous locations. It also serves as a testament to the enduring power of mystery and the human need to seek answers, even when they remain just out of reach.